So, shalom everybody. Today is 20 January the 20, and yeah, we have some or a short update for you here out of the embassy in Golan Heights in Israel, and yeah, we have a double congratulation for Donald Trump and Michael J. Solomon, because Donald Trump, he's 1 year now in his second term of his presidency. And yeah, so of course we say a big congratulation to him, because what he did already is absolutely awesome um, for his country, and hopefully we'll see soon or very soon a lot of more leaders like him. They are doing a lot for their own country and not for these globalist stuff we had in the past. And yeah, so he's heading also to Switzerland, to Davos, to the WEF forum, and I think he will, yeah, give them a big slap, all these globalists there. So we have already some speeches today from Macron and Ursula von der Leyen and so on. Very interesting. But we also want to see some messages from the White House. Here you can see it. 1 year ago, everything changed. The return of strength, the return of America first, and the era of winning is here, and it's just getting started. Yes, they said it here. The golden age of America begins right now. This is 1 year ago. We are 1 year in it, and yeah, so hopefully we will see, yeah, the real money comes into power. Yeah, when we talk about the golden age, then you need, of course, a gold and silver as money, and this is the post they made today in from the White House. And so the art of the deal. In just 1 year, President Donald J. Trump secured nearly 10 trillion in private and foreign investment for America. His tariff policies are working very, very good. So when you're creating your stuff in America, then you pay low taxes, maybe no taxes. I don't know exactly, but yeah. So he is the American dream is alive. It's not dead because of his policies we see in the past. So, and of course, he is a very, very, very funny president too, because so he's building the board of peace for Gaza, and he invited a lot of leaders all over the world. And yeah, President Macron reject this invitation to this peace plan, and he has a very funny comment, so we have to listen to that.
Do you have any response to President Macron saying he will not join the Board of Peace?
Oh, did he say that? Well, nobody wants him because he's going to be out of office very soon. So, that's all right. What I'll do is, if they feel like Costco, I'll put a 200% tariff on his wines and champagne, and he'll join. But he doesn't have to join. If he said that, you're probably giving it to me a little bit differently. But if he actually did say that, but as you know, he's going to be out of office in a few months.
Did you invite President Putin to join the...
Yes, he's one of the people, these are world leaders, and the answer is yes.
Oh, he's so funny, yeah. So he predict already that Emmanuel Macron will be soon out of office in a couple of months. So we see that also, but we are also interested what has happened in Germany, because when Emmanuel Macron is falling, then maybe Friedrich Merz will follow, and of course Keir Starmer from United Kingdom. So we will see how these things will be in the near future. So I think it will be very funny. Let's see what happened there. I can't wait for it, but we have to take a look also at Michael J. Solomon, Hollywood mogul. He turns 88 now, today. For us, it's very special because his son is working in the Apollo Investment Group, and the Apollo Investment Group is part of the Gaza peace plan. And yeah, so we are, as a nation of Ephraim, we are highly connected. You can see here a picture from Michael J. Solomon, and our leader Ephraim. So you can see the connections to that. A couple of years ago, we went out and want peace in Zion, and Donald Trump is building the board of peace. This is very interesting for us because so we are working in the background actually to bring peace into the Holy Land, and everything what is happening right now in all over the world is actually for the arrival of the King of Israel. And so we are also very excited about to see what is happening in the near future. So we're jumping into Israel, and so there are some interesting things happen today. Itamar Ben-Gvir is also. Let me start on another way. So in Israel, a long time after 7/10, it comes out that the UNRWA, their employees, are directly involved into the 7/10 massacre, and everything is coming out about this. Maybe you remember, so I don't want to go into the details so much. And after that, the Knesset in Israel is brought in a law to dismantle the UNRWA institution here in Israel, because they have connection to the terrorist organization Hamas. And you can see that actually it's also a direct attack to the United Nations. And in the United Nations, you have seen so many solutions against Israel that you can say, okay, they are United Nations against Israel. So, and because all the things are happening with UNRWA, they passed the law, and now you can see clearly the dismantle the building here in the background. But we have some more things we have to take a look, maybe for a small reminder. That the Israel Foreign Ministry is posted on October 7. An UNRWA social worker abducted the body of Israeli civilian Jonathan Samirano. This was not an isolated act. UNRWA has long ceased to be a humanitarian aid organization, serving instead as a greenhouse for Hamas terrorism. UNRWA employees participated in the October 7 massacre and kidnappings. UNRWA infrastructure was used for Palestinian Islamic Jihad and Hamas terrorist activity, rocket fire, and tunnels. This is not humanitarian work. This is terror infiltration exposed in action. So you can see the video here when officials of the UNRWA they carry a body away and took this dead body as a hostage, because they know that the Israelis they want all their bodies always home and bury them into the Holy Land, and they know it, and that's why they are using the dead bodies as hostages too. There's still one hostage left. They didn't found him, or they delay the release of him, I don't know. But one hostage is still left. So, and this is what has happened. And the Prime Minister of Palestine is also very angry about what has happened with their terror institution in East Jerusalem. And they said here, this morning, Israeli occupation forces demolished United Nations property in occupied East Jerusalem. Yet another live streams gruesome crime in violation of international law, directly defying the but the International Criminal Court's recent ruling that Israel may not obstruct UNRWA function in occupied Palestine, I think is OPT. So you can see the bulldozer is coming around and is destroying this building once and for all. We had some messages that the ground will be used for some property for the Israeli people. though that the public has a benefit from that, and this terrorist infrastructure is destroyed once and for all. And we have a last message, of course, from Filippo Lazzarini. So he is the head of the UNRWA terror organization, is directly connected to the United Nations, to Antonio Guterres, and to fulfill the picture, you have also the Pope, the source of all of these activities, has a special seat in the United Nations. So because Elon Musk is asking, so who are the puppet masters? The puppet master, he is sitting in Rome, and all of this is connection, also the International Criminal Court. And Filippo Lazzarini is telling you something we have to take a look. A new level of open and deliberate defiance of international law, including of the privileges and immunities of the United Nations by the State of Israel. Early this morning, Israeli forces stormed the UNRWA headquarters, a United Nations site in East Jerusalem. Bulldozers entered the compound and began demolishing buildings inside it under the watch of lawmakers and a member of the government. He mentioned actually Itamar Ben-Gvir. This constitutes an unprecedented attack against the United Nations agency and its premises. Like all UN member states and countries committed to the international rule-based order, Israel is obligated to protect and respect the inviolability of UN premises. This comes in the wake of other steps taken by Israeli authorities to erase the Palestine refugee identity. And it's the United Nations that give the so-called Palestinians this identity to use them against Israel. So they are very, very, for them, it's very, very important that this identity stays in power, but it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a complete lie. That's why they are working on it, that they can use the people in Gaza and the so-called Palestine for their fight against Israel. You can see the United Nations, like I said, have a lot of solutions against Israel. It's one big complex, and the UNRWA is a step between the United Nations and their military wing, Hamas, against Israel. On January 12, Israeli forces stormed into an UNRWA health center in East Jerusalem in order to close water and power supplies to UNRWA facilities, including health and education buildings, are also scheduled to be cut in the coming weeks. So when we talk about the education buildings, when they educated the children of Gaza and so on, then they educate hate on Israel with false historic facts and so on. They are telling them that they are occupied and so on, but Gaza actually was complete free of Jews since 2005, and the result of this was 7/10/2023. So this is a direct result of legislation passed by the Israeli parliament in December, which stepped up existing anti-UNRWA laws adopted in 2024. These actions, together with previous arson attacks and a large-scale disinformation campaign, fly in the face of the ruling in October by the International Court of Justice, which restated that Israel is obligated under international law to facilitate UNRWA operations, not hinder or prevent them. The court also stressed that Israel has no jurisdiction over East Jerusalem. Like we said, the International Court of Justice in Den Haag is working with a Roman statute. Israel is not in this Roman statute. They never accept this kangaroo court. The Americans don't accept it, the Russians don't accept it, the Chinese don't accept it, and it's not actually international law because the most powerful nations are not in these, like I said, criminal court, which is controlled from the Vatican. There can be no exceptions. This must be a wake-up call. What happened today to UNRWA will happen tomorrow to any other international organization or diplomatic missions, whether in the occupied Palestinian territory or anywhere around the world. International law has come under increasing attack for too long and is risking irrelevancy in the absence of response by member states. So interesting, it's You can't comment this. That's why you can see it as UN propaganda against Israel, because you can't answer, can't show the facts, can't give a better argument, or like I said, showing some facts. So they always closed here the commentary section. You can think about what is actually this meaning. And yeah, like I said, a short update here out of Israel. So for us, we will see good developments just right now into peace in the Holy Land. And if you want to have peace, then of course you have to dismantle the UNRWA. Actually, you can finish these United Nations, because they are not united. And Donald Trump invited a lot of these countries in the United Nations into this board of peace. So you can see, a transfer, something like a transfer for real United Nations for peace, because the United Nations, they lost their will to do something, and they don't use the charter they created 1948, I think. I'm not really sure. So for peace, you don't need the United Nations, and that's why we are very excited to see what is happening. And like I said, in the Bible is written how this conflict will solved here. You can read Ezekiel 37. That's the solution, the one kingdom solution, no two-state solution, and so on. And for us, leave a follow, visit our video description, so there you can find some further links. And if you want to be part of this peace movement we are seeing right now, then you can make a sign up on Zion5777.com, and you can be part of it in this biblical process we are all in. See you tomorrow. God bless you, and bye-bye. Zion5777.com. The restoration of the 12-tribe kingdom of Israel. Worldwide, there are at least 15 million Israelites from the tribe of Ephraim. Inherit the land of Israel. And get your Nation of Ephraim ID card now on Zion5777.com.